rather than wanting to kill these people, because I'm Italian and that's what I think I want to do, is kill people.
I would not have done what I've done without Elena.
I'm looking for my ladies.
The first time I saw her, I said, this woman has to be part of my life. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring out to the stage Miss Elena Cardone.
Every corner, this is Gotham City. Killer Croc came to kidnap you.
Yeah! Let's go! I need some energy! Come on, let's go! Thank you. Woo! I'm looking for my ladies. There they are. See, that already makes me feel comforted. Look at my girls back here. I love it. I want to thank you all for being here. You know, there's the family that you're born with, and then there's the family that you acquire along the way. And you're our family, and you're our 10X family. And I feel really good in your comfort, your support here. I know what it takes to go out and defy all the rules in society that want you to be small, think small, do small. It's a lot of people that have a lot of intentions to keep you down, you know, and hold you back. But we have the right to our own free thought. We have the right to be who we want to be all that we can be, to go out, to make a difference for the better in this world. And I applaud your audacity and your courage, because I know you are all doing that or you wouldn't be in this room. So thank you. It's Grant and I's dream to be able to reach 8 billion people on planet Earth, because we're crazy enough to think that we can. And we can't do it alone. I need you. If I let him retire at 90, that gives me 25 years. Means I have to reach 320 million people a year if we're going to achieve our goal. Can't do it alone. I need you. But we want to make a difference. You know, I'm tired of being the little people, depending on other people to get us somewhere, to make a difference, to make this world a better place. Your wins are our wins, so I need you all. For those of you that might be new to the game, new to 10X, I know we have a lot of people online. Again, I'm Elena Cardone. I'm known as Grant's wife. I'm also known as the woman behind the man. I'm also known as an empire builder. I'm also known as a mom. I'm most controversial, known for the fact that I am unapologetic and quite out about the fact that I support my man. That wasn't always easy for me, you know. I was raised to be this strong, independent woman, never depend on a man for anything. Never support a man. God damn, how like low can you go? I joke about it, but that's really, you know, it was ingrained in me, like to be small, you know? They trick you. They make you think, you know, you have to do everything on your own and that something's really wrong and degraded with you because you support somebody else. Like it's some humiliating thing, or you're second rate, you're a nobody because you're in the background doing, in the shadows, supporting somebody else. And I decided to fight back, you know? So I looked up the word support. I was like, do I need to be ashamed because I support somebody? What the fuck does support mean anyway? So I looked it up. And support means to show active interest in the success of. Wouldn't that feel nice if somebody actually freaking supported you? My God. It also means to bear the weight of, like a support beam, you bear the weight of something. So how strong must the support beam be if you're bearing the weight of something? Bearing the weight of a Grant Cardone, bearing the weight of the whole frickin' world that comes with that, bearing the weight of being a mother. I mean, I have to apologize because I'm stronger than Grant Cardone? What the? So I got out of the closet on that one a long time ago. I was like, you know what? I can take that, okay? I'm about to come out of the closet with a new one. A new one. You ready for this one? I'm codependent. I just realized I'm codependent. You know, it's another thing that they try to make you think is something's wrong with you to keep you small. Like I can't depend. You know what depend means? Depend means to rely on. Co means together. Co means a mutual partnership. So you mean to tell me that I'm married to a man that I'm together with in a mutual partnership, but I can't depend on him? Like, how dumb is that? Like, how dumb is that? I gotta think all these things through, you know, because I used to think one way. Like, I used to think that I had to do everything on my own, that I couldn't depend on anybody, or somehow I was a sellout. You know, but I learned that you can only go so far on your own. I mean, I can be amazing, because let's face it, I am. Right? Thank you. I can go so far on my own, but I cap out. Everybody caps out. The purpose of a co-existence with somebody else is to help you get to a heightened level of success. So where I cap out, I got my man there who also supports me. That's the man behind the woman. One of these days, I'm still holding out hope. I'm still holding out hope that somewhere in the world, someone's gonna go up to Grant and say, wait a minute, aren't you Elena Cardone's husband? I'm convinced it could happen. But we're talking about what you can do on your own. And they, you know who they is? It's the American Medical Association that comes out with these terms like codependency, all these types of concepts and thoughts that you're supposed to like not depend on someone, so you're just, I'm all alone. It's not strength in numbers, but it is strength in numbers. It's not you can build an empire alone. No one's ever built an empire alone in the history of the planet. It takes people. And it certainly starts with the one you're in bed with. Right? So this codependency thing, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sock it to him. You want me to think small. You want me to be separated. You want men and women not to get along. Why? Because we're weaker when we're together. I can be as strong as I can be. I'm not saying I'm a weak, cowardly chick without Grant. I'm just saying that with him, I am stronger. I am more powerful. I am better with him. Why? Because I found the one that I trust and I'm building an empire with him. And because we understand now, it's Valentine's Day, we understand what love is. You know, I always thought love was like this hand-holding. Like, look, I've evolved into the person I've been right now. I'm telling you, I was horrendous when we first got together, okay? I was horrendous. The man has had patience with me. The man really has had patience with me. Like, my God. When I first got together with him, I was like, don't try to control me. I'm not making you a meal. I'm not going to be some subservient woman. Don't even ask me. Like, you know, he wanted kids right away. I was conditioned. That was another thing, you know. I was like, oh, God, so fucked up. Was anybody else like this, or is this just me? I mean, seriously, like, it kills me. You know, my most important role in my life has been a mother, but yet the first half of my life, I didn't want to be a mom. You know why? I didn't want to be a mom because I thought I was going to be a sellout if I gave up my career and I became just a mom. Like, that was somehow horrifying and despicable, like becoming just a mom. And when I first had our first daughter, which I was so excited about, but I was terrified that when I went to a party, you know, and they asked Grant, what do you do? And Grant was like, I run a multi-million-dollar business and this, and they'd get to me and say, what do you do? And I'm like, I quit my career for that time period because I wanted to be with my children. And thank you. And I didn't know what to say. I would try to plan it out in my head when they asked me what I would do because I didn't want to say, I'm just a mom. How can you believe that? Then I would be ashamed to say that I'm just a mom. It freaking kills me because think about it. I thought about it. I have the right, you have the right to your own free thoughts. And when you think about it, you think about who we are as women. We have the ability to bring life into this planet. That women, whether you decide to be a mom or not, we as women, as species, we are responsible for rearing children to become productive members of society. We are responsible for the continuation of only mankind. Thank you. That's right. So I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm responsible for the forward motion of civilization. I'm responsible for, like, civilization? My God. You know what? I can't wait until women really own who they are and what our value is to this world. Because we will never hear, I'm just a mom, ever again. We will all make a declaration. We will never say just a mom. And this is what the party should look like, okay? For all the moms out there that do a damn good job. We're not freaking perfect. Who's got the book on perfect? But we try, right? But wouldn't it be amazing if you show up at a party and they're like, what do you do? And Grant's like, oh yeah, well I run a multi-billion-dollar, I'm 10X, you know, I got my swag, you know, I'm Grant Cardone. And then they come to me and they're like, and what do you do? And I'm like, I have reared 2 productive, contributing members of society. I've raised 2 children. And then they would look at me and be like this. You're a mom. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the continuation of the civilization. Didn't always look like this for us. I remember it was 20 years ago this Valentine's. 20 years ago this Valentine's, I was so scared to be with a man. I thought being with a man was going to hold me back. I was self-proclaimed. I'm going to be single forever. Of course, I can't have children because I can't be a loser to all my female, you know, people out there. My imaginary people, by the way. But 20 years ago, Valentine's Day, Grant and I had finally started to to date, I guess that's what you call it. I was very scared. I had this very tough wall. Was never gonna let a guy in, definitely never. My ammo was, I will hurt you, I will destroy you before you can destroy me. I never let a guy get in. Ooh, and I did. I was hot. I used to be hot, okay? I was a model, I was an actress. I fixed 60s hot rods. I was ranked 10th in California shooting. There were some guys that were in love with this chick. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna crush your soul, you know? Because I wanted my heart to be protected. I didn't want anyone to crush me, you know? So I came from this very tough exterior. Grant, of course, saw through it from day one. He was always amused by me. I would try to like dodge and ditch him and do all my little get out of any kind of serious relationship kind of Houdini maneuvers, and he would just look at me with such admiration, and it was like he saw through my soul, you know, and he was like, you know that monster that you think lives inside of you, it makes you so scared how big you think it is, about that big. It doesn't really exist. And I was like, damn, I can't out-chest this dude. Like, I've never not out-chest a guy. Like, never. Always had him, you know. And Grant just was like the most amazing guy because he made it okay for me to just be able to trust somebody, be able to rely on somebody, that they were gonna do what they say, they were gonna keep their word, you know? And just slowly but surely, I was able to dismantle all the freaking bars, you know? And on this Valentine's Day 20 years ago, this year we're gonna be married for 19 years. But he asked me, I've never had an adult man ask me this, but he said on this Valentine's Day, he said, Elena, will you go out with me? It's like, are we in 6th grade? He's like, will you go out with me? And he said, and he knew how scared I was. And he said, whether it's for 3 days or 3 months or 30 years, I promise to be loyal to you. I promise to be monogamous. I promise to love and protect you. I promise to be your friend. And I promise to never let you down. So will you go out with me? And I said, for 3 days? I can commit to 3 days. We've been married almost 19 years, and the man has never, thank you. The man has never let me down. He's always over-delivered. He's always said what he was going to do. He's always delivered. You know, he's not always perfect. Let's get that out of the way. We have very different styles and approaches. But I know what is in that man's heart. I know how big he is. I know how of an enormous being he is. It's why I told him that he has to become a billionaire. And when I told him that, you know, there was major flack back or whatever. He was screaming and angry at me. How can you demand this of me? You don't know what it takes to push and shove and hammer. When's enough for you? Why can't you just be happy? And I was like, I'm happy, dude. I'm happy just running around and, you know, shooting some guns. Like, I don't need, like, Chanel. I mean, that's nice, but I don't need anything to be me, Grant. You know that. Like, come on. Like, half of my girls have to dress me anyway. I really don't know how to dress myself. But it does look good, doesn't it? It's freaking hot, right? Is this outfit hot? Fire. Love you. I love you, too. Who said that?